All right. Testing. Okay, one, two, three. Okay, so I think I can start. Okay, the recorded lectures. Okay, for chapter 3. So so this is the replacement. Okay, for Chinese New Year. Okay, because we don't have these chapters. Okay, in week 3, if I'm not mistaken, due to week 3 or week 4, okay, due to Chinese New Year. So therefore, I'm doing this recorded, pre-recorded, lectures, okay, so for you, okay, to do the revisions, okay, later. So I think you guys already go through the the chapter 2, okay, whereby chapter 2, okay, is more on recognizing opportunity and generating ideas. So whenever you already identify the ideas through to various approaches that we have discussed earlier, and also how to generate the ideas. So now you have to determine whether your ideas, or your business proposal, or ideas, sorry, is worthwhile, to pursue. So means that, is it viable. So therefore, we need to run the preliminary analysis. So we call it as a feasibility analysis. So maybe we can go through this slide. Okay, so what we going to learn on this chapter, yeah. So so there are 10 objective that you're going to learn throughout this topic. So whereby under this topic, you will be looking at four main components of feasibility analysis. So whereby we have from the product or service, and then we're going to take a look on the industries feasibility, and also uh, target market feasibility, and then you're going to look on the organizational feasibility, last but not least you have to look also on the financial feasibility. Right. So under these component, right, there are few certain issues that you need to look at. Okay, so maybe take a look first on the objective. Okay, so whereby you need to know what is feasibility analysis and why it's so important. And then you have to to understand why we need to conduct the feasibilities in the first place. I mean, when is the proper time, the right time to conduct the feasibility. Just now I mentioned we have four components. So under the four components, from the product or service feasibility, there are two things that you need to look at. Okay, so first, you need to look on the product or service desirability, and secondly, you have to take a look on the product demand. All right. So under the product desirability, so you need to look the certain issues such as concept statement and its five components. All right. So from the product demand, so there are three things that you need to look at. Okay, so first on the buying intention survey, and then maybe you can consider on the secondaries data, and also you can conduct a gumshoe research that we're going to look later. Okay, so this is the things from the product demand on the libraries, internet, and also gumshoe, apart then buying intention survey. So then we move on to industries or market feasibility. So whereby under these two industries and market, we're going to take a look on the industries attractiveness, and also target market attractiveness as well. Okay, and then we move on to organizational feasibility, whereby you need to take a look the strength of your startup. So there are two things that you need to consider, whereby first that I mentioned, the strength means that your capability means that the management prowess, and also you have to take a look the resources that you have. So when we talk about these resources, we are not talking about the capital, we are capital, or financial. Okay, we are talking more on the non-financial resources. Okay, no worry. Okay, we will discuss throughout these lectures. Okay, and last but not least, three things, okay, under the feasibility that you need to look at, okay, so which is the how much money that you need to start, okay, your ventures. And then, okay, you need to do the comparison, okay, of financial, okay, between similar, okay, companies, or maybe your competitors. And last but not least, okay, the financial, okay, attractiveness itself. Okay. Okay, so maybe, okay, you can just answer, okay, this, okay, question, and also this, okay, question, okay, as well. So I leave it to you, okay, to answers. And if you have it, okay, maybe later you can share it, okay, to me. All right. So from what, okay, we're going, okay, to look, okay, on this, okay, topic. So you have to understand what is the feasibility analysis. So after identifying, okay, the opportunities and also the ideas, okay, so you need to determine, okay, whether, okay, it's worthwhile, okay, to pursue. So basically what we can conclude, okay, the feasibility analysis, okay, is much more on the evaluation or the assessment, okay, whether the thing that you want to do, okay, can be done or not, or workable, okay, or not. All right. So like here, okay, in the slide, okay, it mentioned, okay, does it have the chance, okay, to succeed, okay, or not. So that's why, okay, we say, okay, whether it workable, okay, or not. And also, okay, whether the preliminary evaluation of the business idea conducted for the purpose of determining, okay, whether the idea, okay, is worthwhile, okay, to pursue, like I mentioned, okay, just now. So whether, okay, it's worthwhile, okay, to pursue or not, whether, okay, it's okay, okay, or not, okay, to proceed it in the first place. Okay, so you have to understand that feasibility analysis, okay, is just, okay, a preliminary round. Okay, so after you already identify, okay, the opportunity and also, okay, the idea. So the right time, okay, when to conduct, okay, the feasibility, okay, analysis. Okay, so once, okay, you already, okay, identify, okay, the opportunity and also, okay, the ideas. So the reason, okay, why, okay, you need to conduct, okay, as fast, okay, as possible, because you do not want to waste a lots of resources, okay, from it. Okay, so which mean, okay, that let's say, okay, if you already like identify the ideas, so if you just like think, okay, that you want to proceed, okay, straight away. Okay, so maybe, okay, you will have, okay, tendency, okay, of failure. Because why? Because you're not, okay, having, okay, a thorough a brief, okay, or testing, okay, whether, okay, it's worthwhile, okay, to pursue. So that's for, okay, you need to conduct, okay, as soon as possible, just to touch, okay, the surface. Okay, in order, okay, to ensure, okay, that it's okay, okay, to proceed. So there are four components, okay, that when you conduct, okay, the feasibility analysis, so you have to ensure all these components, okay, work fine. Because you have to understand this is the preliminary round. Okay, so you are required, okay, not to have, okay, any issues, okay, or problems. So if you have, okay, any issues, okay, from all these components, okay, maybe like let's say three components, okay, is workable, but maybe on the financial, okay, it's not workable. So you have to look back, okay, what went wrong. Okay, or drop or rethink, okay, the ideas. Okay, because remember, okay, this is the preliminary round. Okay, imagine, okay, if the preliminary round, okay, you already, okay, facing a lots of problem. Okay, so it's not, okay, being settled, okay, in the first place. So therefore, okay, you will be facing, okay, more problem, okay, when investigating or do more further research. And please bear in mind, okay, whenever, okay, I say, okay, even though, okay, all four components, okay, here when you conduct, okay, the assessment here, okay, if all okay, it doesn't mean that whenever, okay, you run, okay, the next, okay, preliminary round, okay, of in-depth, okay, research, okay, like industries analysis or maybe competitors analysis. So it doesn't mean that, okay, everything, okay, will work, okay, just fine. Okay, you will be facing, okay, issues, okay, obstacles and certain, okay, problem, okay, as well. But you are actually, okay, minimizing, okay, all those risks, okay, all those, okay, obstacles. Imagine, okay, if this, okay, preliminary round, okay, you already face problem. Therefore, okay, when you go, okay, to another, okay, round, you will face, okay, a lot, okay, of problems. So you have to settle the first, okay, problem in the first place. Okay, so I hope, okay, you clear. So therefore, when you run, okay, this feasibility analysis, so you have to ensure all, okay, components, okay, is, okay, workable. Okay, it's not like when you ever see, okay, American Got Talent or American Idol, whereby okay, four judges okay mentioned that uh, out of four judges, okay, three of them okay favor okay with the performance. Okay, one is not favor, you still can go to the next round, right? For the preliminary round. Okay, but for feasibility analysis, no, you have to make sure all four components okay work fine. Otherwise, okay, you have to drop or rethink okay your business idea. So what went wrong? Okay, you have to settle okay the problematic okay component. Okay, so if you still cannot okay settle, so you have to drop okay all okay the business okay ideas okay and opportunity, because okay you will be facing okay a lots of problems okay later. Okay, resolve it first. Okay, so now, okay, take a look at four components. Okay, so these are the four components that you need to look at. Okay, so from the product or service feasibility, industry target market feasibility, organizational feasibility, and financial feasibility. So you have to understand the first definition I mentioned just now. Okay, feasibility analysis is the assessment. Okay, means that okay you are assessing okay uh whether okay it can be done okay or not. So therefore okay all these components, you are actually assessing all these four components from the product, industries, okay, organization, no, financial. Okay, so you are assessing them okay to determine okay whether they are viable or workable okay or not. All right, so you have to understand the keywords of feasibility analysis is the assessment or evaluation. All right. So under this 4K feasibility okay, analysis, like I mentioned okay in the objective okay just now, so there are certain issues okay or things okay that you need to look at. So under the product or service, sorry, you have to take a look on the desirability and also demand. Under the industry's target market, you have to take a look first on the industries, okay, and then moving on okay to the target market okay attractiveness. Right. So right after that, you have to take a look on the organizational feasibility, whereby you have to look on the capability of the competency, means on the prowess, and also on the resources okay, they have. Okay, on the resources, we are emphasizing on the non-financial okay resources. Why? Because later on we have okay a financial component that you need to assess. So that's why okay you do not need to look on the financial, okay, because we have okay others financial component okay that you need to look at. So under the financial feasibility, you need to determine how much money that you need to start okay your startup. Okay, and then you have to look on the others okay similar business okay that you're going okay, to enter on their financial okay performance. So you need to obtain okay the information okay from so the similar okay business, and of course the overall financial attractiveness okay of your proposed okay ventures. All right. So take a look first on the product or service feasibility. Again, like I emphasize, okay, it's an assessment or evaluation to determine whether the product or service, okay, is viable or workable, okay, or not. So please bear in mind, okay, we're here, okay, when we see okay, product or service feasibility, okay, so why okay they mention two? Because okay, it can be either you are doing okay product or service. But let's say in your assignment, okay, so let's say okay, if the company that you choose okay is doing only product, okay, so you do not need to mention okay on service, okay, unless okay if you propose okay others okay offering okay like service, then you can include okay the service. But if you but if the company is only do okay either product, okay, if other company is doing only do okay product, then you mention on the product feasibility analysis. So if the company okay is doing okay on the service, okay, let's say like hotel, so you have to determine okay the service feasibility analysis. So you do not need to put okay product slash okay service. So here okay in the slide okay, because okay they're not okay having any okay offering, so therefore okay they put okay two okay as a general thing. So I hope okay you clear okay with that. Okay, so it's not like you have to put okay all, okay, you have to look okay the business nature okay on it. Okay, so again it's assessment or evaluation okay towards okay whether okay it's accessible or whether it's workable okay or not. So under this, okay, we already like discussed just now. Okay, you have to take a look on the desirability and also the demand okay of product. The desirability okay is much more on the the wanting, okay, the needs, okay, of wanting, okay, the product. So usually if there's a market, okay, so there's usually, okay, there's a desirability, okay, towards, okay, the product. So when you already like done, okay, the desirability, so you have to take a look whether there's a request, okay, or not, okay, for the product. So whereby you have to take a look on the product, okay, or service, okay, demand. Okay, so for desirability, whether there's a want or not, okay, desire, okay, to need, okay, the product, okay, or not. So when you already identify it, so you have to look, is there a request, okay, or not. So how to conduct this, okay, so first of all, under the desirability, you have to ask, okay, questions, okay, questions, okay, and then you have to make sure that you get, okay, favorable, okay, answers, okay, for it. So these are the example, okay, of question, okay, on the product or service desirability. So you can have, okay, more questions, okay, in order to satisfy, okay, your answers, okay, to ensure, okay, that this is something that the product that really need or wants, okay, by the customers. Okay, so these are some examples, so you can ask more, okay, to satisfy, okay, your answers. So you have to ensure whenever you ask, okay, you have to make sure, okay, you get, okay, the favorable, okay, answer. If you're not getting favorable answers, all right, you have to rethink it one more time, okay, or maybe you can drop, okay, the ideas like just now. So you have to ensure whether it's realistic, whether it's making sense, whether it's reasonable. Is it like something that customers, okay, really want, okay, or excited, okay, about, okay, the product. Okay, it's just like for instance, like Apple, okay, whenever, okay, they want to launch, okay, new iPhone, okay, so of course the target market, the target group, okay, of Apple's, okay, users, okay, for instance, okay, they are really, okay, excited, okay, so whenever, okay, they mention, okay, they want to launch, okay, or soft launch, okay, so everyone like eager waiting. Okay, so for instance, like now, okay, whenever they want to launch, okay, in the YouTube, okay, so everyone like already like click, okay, interested going, okay, to the event and so on and so forth. So this is something, okay, that we call it as the desire, okay, wanting of something. So it can, whenever, okay, you do, okay, the desirability, so you have to take a look whether, okay, it can take advantage, okay, towards, okay, the environmental trend. Okay, so maybe you can recall, okay, what we have learned in chapter 2 on the environmental trend, okay, for factors, okay, for that you learn, okay, for environmental trend, okay, economic factors, okay, what else, okay, on the social factors, what else, okay, and then the technological, okay, advancement, okay, and also uh political and regulatory, okay, changes. So can you take, okay, advantage, okay, on that under, okay, this environmental trend, and also, okay, whether, okay, you can solve, okay, the problem, okay, and also, okay, looking gap, okay, in the marketplace, okay, as well. And then, okay, you have to look, okay, whether, okay, it's the right time, okay, the window opportunity, okay, that we learned, okay, earlier, okay, to introduce, okay, the product or service, okay, in the market. Okay, so sometimes, okay, whether sometimes, okay, if you are having, okay, wrong timing, so maybe, okay, the product, okay, is not, okay, desire, okay, or not, okay, wanting, okay, by the customer. So you have to consider, okay, or on the timing, okay, as well. And of course, okay, you need to consider, okay, wherever, okay, you launch, okay, the product, is there a tendency, okay, of failure, okay, as well. Okay, what chance, what, okay, kind of risk, okay, or the product, okay, will fail. Okay, is it like 5%, okay, is it 10%? But of course, okay, you have to make sure, okay, the number of percentage is very low. So if it's very high, so what's the point, okay, you launch, okay, the product, okay, in the first place. So in this case, okay, you are looking at the minimum, okay, risk, okay, that you will be facing. So if you're facing, okay, a high risk, okay, so there's no point, okay, you do, because, okay, it's definitely, okay, going, okay, to fail, because you already know, okay, in the first place. Okay, so like I said just now, okay, if there's a market, okay, there will be desire, okay, for the product, okay, and the service market, where the people, okay, meet lah, okay, buy, okay, and sell, okay, as well. All right. So right after that, once okay you already have okay the satisfied okay answers okay for this okay, and you can ask okay a lot okay questions okay, as long as you can satisfy okay yourself okay, you confident enough okay that this is something that people okay want okay and need. So you can administer okay a concept test okay, you can conduct okay a concept test, or we call it a preparing okay a concept okay testing or statement. So a concept okay statement okay is basically a brief okay description about what you're going okay to do. So there are five components okay that you need okay, or you are required okay to do okay when conducting okay a concept okay statement. So so why okay we conduct okay the concept okay statement? Because first of all okay we want okay to validate the underlying premise of the product or service okay ideas. Okay, so means that okay the concept test okay is to potential customer and asking them to complete a short questionnaire okay, if any. Okay, sometimes okay you give like right after you prepare a brief description, so maybe you attach together okay like small simple okay question okay, just like it be easy okay to answers by the respondent mate, whether do you like the product okay, or will you okay recommend okay to your friends and family okay. It's just like simple because you want to actually okay to estimate sales okay later. Okay, so you are validating okay your product or your service, and at the same time okay from this okay respond okay when you are validating okay to the respondent, so eventually okay it help to develop or improve okay your ideas. So yes, you already have the idea, so that's why you do it in the first place, so that's why you conduct okay the concept test. But at the same time maybe okay your idea can be improved. You have to understand, when you are doing okay a concept statement, you haven't launched okay the product or service okay yet, so you just have okay the idea, so you just want to know whether the ideas okay can be done okay or not. So that's why okay you have okay this okay the desirability okay, and also the product demand. So first okay this desirability, so you question okay, you have the questions, and then you comes out okay with the concept test. So it validating help to improve okay your ideas, and at the same time from these okay validating to the respondent, you can roughly okay estimate okay your sales. Okay, so whether okay if there's desire okay or not. So if whenever you show okay to respondent, if they not okay having any favor or it, so you know okay there will be a failure okay of product, and of course okay you need to develop okay better okay ideas or improvements okay towards the product. So that's why okay you have to conduct okay it in the first place okay the concept okay test. So these are the example okay of the concept okay statement. So there are five things that you need um to emphasize okay in the concept okay statement. So again, I would like to emphasize okay that during okay the test, right, or maybe okay during okay the final okay assessment okay last time okay, but now we don't have okay final assessment okay, neither okay final okay examination. So let's say okay during okay the midterm okay for instance, so sometime okay under the question under the feasibility analysis okay, uh okay most of they get confused okay on these certain parts okay, especially okay whenever I ask okay five components okay of uh concept okay statement. So the student gave me okay the four component of feasibility analysis. So you are actually giving me okay wrong okay answers, because my question okay is to give okay and component of the concept statement. So concept statement okay falls under the product service desirability or product service feasibility analysis. So I'm not asking you to explain all four component of feasibility analysis. I just ask you to explain okay partial part okay from the product or service feasibility analysis, which is under the product service desirability. Okay, so that's why like some student okay question me telling me that I only teach okay four component, but why I'm asking okay five component. Okay, so actually the student already misunderstood the question, okay, do not understand okay the question. So that's why okay, so the student okay confidently gave four components. So of course okay it's wrong. Okay, so you get least mark okay on that, or minimum mark okay from that. So here take a look okay, we have okay five component okay on the product desirability under the concept statement. So please bear in mind okay a product a concept statement is actually a brief description. So you make it simplest as possible, because you are giving to the respondent, to the strangers. You're not giving to your relative, to your close friend, because otherwise you will get bias feedback, unfavorable feedback, because they maybe they try to please you, maybe the product is not good, but somehow they just give play safe answers. So you're in the end you're not so sure whether it's desirable or not for the product. So if you're giving to the strangers, so usually they will give honest feedback whether they like it or not. All right. So there are five things. So first, you tell briefly about your product. Tell about your product. So of course, when you have the product, basically you know who will be using the product. So you have to determine who's the target market. So don't generalize on the target market. So you have to understand the target market is the specific group that you're going to appeal or going to persuade to get or to buy or to use your product or your service. So you cannot like simply generalize the target market, because target market already like being explained is the specific group that you're going to look at. All right. Specific group, remember, specific group, not general group. So you need to emphasize who will be using your product your service. Briefly, you do not need to elaborate so much. And then you have to mention the benefit of your product. So what's the benefit of using the product? So you just tell a brief simple a sentence somehow. One or two sentence will do. And of course apart then benefit. So you need to tell the differentiation between your product or your service towards your competitors. Is there any like special um special features of your product? Is there any difference whenever I use your product? So what the best thing I can get? For instance, is there any value added? Is there any benefits? Is there any like something that can give like a wow factors? For instance, if I'm using your product or your service. So these are the differentiation that you need to considers on your product. Even though the offering is the same. It's almost the same. The product. Even though like if you're selling coffees, for instance, so everyone like your competitors also selling coffee. So what makes your coffee like so special compared to others coffee? All right. So is it the taste? So is it like it been brew differently? For instance. So is it like you get from special place whereby that you that maybe like your company is the only company can get this kind of special coffee, others don't have. So example. So these are the special features of the differentiation that you need to emphasize on. okay you do not need to tell it longer, because later on under the business model and so on, you can elaborate later. All right. On the value propositions, for instance. And of course you need to tell your team members. Your companies. How many people in your company, for instance. What you're doing. Simple thing. Somehow. So one page. Remember, one page. You do not need to tell lengthy, because remember feasibility analysis is the preliminary round. You just test the surface whether it can be done or not. All right. So once you have this just now, maybe it's good if you have prototype. So you can comes with the usability testing. Because like sometimes whenever you tell people about your ideation, your ideas, or your concept of what you're going to do, sometimes people cannot relate it. So if good, I don't say it's mandatory, but it's good if you have something to show to the respondent. All right. So maybe you can come up with the prototype. So either physical prototype or virtual prototype. Okay, maybe like virtual prototype, maybe you can show like virtual reality or augmented, okay, reality, how it works, okay, actually. So physical, maybe, okay, you can get, okay, the respondent, okay, to test, okay, your prototype, okay, whether, okay, it's easy, okay, to use, okay, or not, because like sometimes, okay, you might think the product, okay, that you have, okay, is easy to use, okay, because, okay, you are the inventor, okay, or the creator of the product, so maybe you really understand, okay, about the product, okay. But for, maybe for the customers, okay, maybe it become complicated, okay, to use, okay, your product, okay, even though you feel that is easy, okay, to use, okay, because after all you are the inventor, so that's why you really understand about your product. But how about, okay, the responder, the customers, okay, that target customers, so that's why, okay, you have to show, okay, to them, okay, whether they really know, okay, or is it easy, okay, to use, okay, or not, okay, the product. So therefore, okay, that you understand that, oh, whether the product is difficult to use, so you have to make it, okay, easy, okay, to use, okay, later on. So that's what, okay, like I said just now, here, help to develop, okay, ideas, or improve, okay, the ideas, because sometimes, okay, from the test, okay, it really, okay, help, okay, you to develop, okay, better, okay, idea, okay, from previous, right? So I hope, okay, you clear, okay, with that, okay. So to conclude, okay, under the product, okay, or service desirability, okay, so it's actually to determine, okay, whether the customers need, okay, and want. So like I mentioned just now, okay, you need to look on whether there's the one, okay, or need, okay, towards your product, okay, offering, okay, or not, or service, okay, offering. So it's also a design focus, okay, discussions, okay, towards the customer. So the focus, okay, towards the customer, so it could be the from the context, okay, from the cultures, okay, and for goals, okay, as well, okay. So you can look, okay, on this, okay, aspect. And other than that, you can look on the customer's goal and product, okay, experience. Okay, so that's why, okay, like just now you have, okay, the usability, okay, testing, okay, whereby, okay, you can see, okay, whether the customers, okay, have having difficulty, okay, or not to use, okay, your prototype, okay, or your product, okay, or not. And of course, like sometimes, okay, they will look also the design aesthetic, okay, the whether the product design, okay, is nice, okay, or not, okay, whether it's very interactive, okay, or not. So if not, okay, nice, okay, so I don't think like customers, okay, will want, okay, to use it, okay, even though, okay, it's easy to use, but somehow, okay, these days, okay, people, okay, are looking, okay, not only, okay, functioning, okay, but at the same time, okay, aesthetic, okay, look. Okay, so the design also play important, okay, roles, okay, as well. Okay, so that's why, okay, I always emphasize of my FYP, okay, student. Okay, so even though you have the prototype, you have to show, okay, actually, okay, it has, okay, a good design, so this is something that people can attract, okay, people, or for in, even though, okay, if you have, okay, the prototype, but if you don't comes out with a good design, a nice, okay, design, so maybe, okay, it's a good product, but somehow because of the poor design, okay, it might, okay, lead, okay, of customer not wanting it. Okay, remember desirability, wanting it. Okay, so this is for, okay, on the product, okay, disability. So next, okay, we take a look on the product, okay, demand. So we have to take a look whether there's a request, okay, from the customers, or willing, okay, or ability, okay, to buy, okay, the product, okay, or not, or product, okay, or service, okay, or not. Okay, so there are two things, two steps, okay, that you can consider. Okay, so first, okay, creating, okay, buying intention survey. So actually buying intention survey is much more to gauge, okay, interest, whether they want to buy, okay, or not. So what you can do, okay, is to comes out with like a questionnaire. Okay, so this one, okay, we have like survey monkey, but nowadays, okay, it's very easy, okay, to prepare, okay, whereby, okay, you can prepare like a Google form, and some more, okay, Google form, okay, and some more, okay, because of the technology, okay, these days you can not only send, okay, throughout the email, you can always, okay, send, okay, to your mobile phone, okay, somehow, so the customers, okay, the responder can answer it, okay, through the mobile phone. But of course you have to encourage them, okay, to answers, okay, the question. Okay, so maybe you give like some incentive, okay, for instance, if you answers these, okay, we will be giving you, okay, 5 ringgit voucher, okay, for instance, because like sometimes, okay, people are reluctant, okay, to answer, so you have to give like some, okay, incentive, okay, if you have, okay, the budget. Okay, if you don't have the budget, so if you hardly get to get people to respond, so you have to send as much as possible, okay, in order to get a good feedback, or a good sample for it. Okay, so that one is a buying intention survey. Secondly, you can always rely on the secondary research, whereby you can always look from the library, and also the internet. Okay, so this is the before I explain on the secondary research. So these are some example of buying intention survey. Okay, so you make it as simple as possible, because you have to understand not all respondent are willing to answers. Okay, if you put lengthy questions, so you just make it as simple as possible and easy to answers, for them. Okay, so you can prepare it as in the Google form. Okay, so maybe you already provide the answers, so the respondent just straight away like click the answers, and then submit it. Okay, so on the secondary research, so you can consider on internet and library. So I believe you guys are good in getting resources from the internet. So you just Google it. Okay, so we have billions of information. So you have to know how to filter it. So use the correct keywords whenever you want to search for the information, because if you're using general keywords, so I don't say you cannot find the information. You will get the information, but it's too much. Okay, so you have to narrow it down. Okay, somehow. Other than that, you can always go to the library. Okay, uh, or maybe like students. Okay, so you can even though you cannot go to the physical library, so you can always look the articles, journals from the libraries website, because Utah also have the libraries website. Please log in, use your ID, and maybe you can get like articles, some articles relating things that you want to search for, towards your research. All right, so you can download it. But let's say if you let's say if the article, the journal, you cannot get it, so you can always email to the librarian, to obtain that particular research and journal, because like some research and journal you are required to pay, and sometimes of course when you are required to pay, it's quite expensive. Because usually the articles from the overseas, so you have to pay in the US currency, USD. So like universities library, some of the university subscribe already subscribed to that particular journals. Therefore you can get it from the Utah libraries. So but you have to email them and inform them the articles that you want to find, specify it, who's the author and so on, so forth. So if they have it, they will email it to you. So this is how you obtain the secondary research. Okay, gumshoe research is not secondary research. So it's a primary research, whereby you are uh conducting, not conducting, yeah, you are conducting like hands on, it's field work, somehow. So you becoming like so called like um, a detective or private investigators, towards on something, because in order to ensure that the thing that you are planning to do, is achievable, is doable, or not. All right, so under the gumshoe research, so in this example, it shows that like if you are wait if your idea is to sell educational toys, so if you are selling, planning to have educational toys, you spend a week, or maybe few days, voluntarily, at daycare centers, and watch how children interact with toys. But sometimes there's another approach, of gumshoe. So usually in the shopping mall, sometimes you will be you not you usually you will not see them, but sometimes because like I mentioned just now, they are being like a detective or private investigator. So means that you're not happen to notice them, but somehow they are looking okay at every okay people okay inside the shopping mall, and they get the information okay on it. They write down okay all the information okay, the behaviors okay of the customers inside it okay, and then okay they will give it okay to the management okay, and then the management okay inside the mall okay will do like some analysis okay on the consumers okay behaviors. So this kind of people, what their favors okay, so what their interests okay, somehow based on their observation and investigation. Okay, so in the future okay, whenever okay this kind of customers coming in, they know okay what they going okay to offer okay or place okay inside okay the mall okay already. So there's another approach okay of gumshoe okay research. Okay, so if they are investigating okay like adults okay, so usually okay I believe okay everyone okay not comfortable if these okay investigators okay following okay you, so that's why okay they look from the distance. But maybe for like children's okay, maybe they can spend okay a week or day okay on directly okay talk okay to the children's okay, or what they like okay and what they dislike okay for instance. All right. Okay, so of course, okay, to determine okay a good product demand, okay, so of course, okay, you have to do the field work, okay, instead of the secondary okay research. So you can rely okay on the secondary research, but of course, okay, you need to make sure the the information from the secondary research okay is the current okay info. Okay, so you don't get the very okay like lengthy okay or longer okay period okay or too long okay or previous okay too much okay previous okay of the research okay, because when we are doing the business okay we have to look okay on the current okay trend okay as well. Okay, please make sure that you have do more you do more okay on the field hands on okay rather than relying too much okay on the secondary okay research. All right. So we done okay on the product or service okay feasibility. So let's say okay if product or service feasibility okay is accessible okay is doable okay, so you cannot be happy yet because you have to run okay another evaluation to another okay three okay component. So the other three components okay, so you have to take a look okay, one of them okay again okay is the industries and the target market okay feasibility okay analysis, like say assessment evaluation okay towards industries and also target market, whether okay they can be done okay or not, whether you can enter it okay or not okay in the first okay place. All right. So of course okay when you are looking at on the industry's feasibility analysis okay, you can look okay on the industry's okay analysis, because whenever okay you look on the industry's okay analysis okay, so you basically can identify its attractiveness. You can already identify its potential. Here, okay, you mentioned, okay, on the industry, okay, attractiveness, okay, they already like states here, okay, whether it's young, okay, and not old, okay, and it's early in the product life cycle, it's fragmented rather than concentrated, still growing and not shrinking. Okay, so you have to look also whether this is something customers want to have or must have, and of course not crowded. Okay, higher operating margin means that okay, return of sale okay, is high, and also not dependent on the historical low price okay, like gasoline okay or flour. Okay, so means that okay it's not like a control okay items okay by the government okay, for instance, because like certain control items by the government, you cannot like simply okay like putting okay on the price okay, because okay these okay control okay items okay like gasoline, flours okay, chicken, meat, beef, all those things, right? Okay, which under the control items okay, the price is controlled okay by the government. Okay, so you cannot like simply okay put high, even though okay there's high demand okay on it. So how you going okay to know okay whether okay these okay characteristic okay are attractive? So that's why okay you need to look on the industries okay analysis that we already like learn earlier. Okay, learn earlier okay after okay Chinese okay New Year. All right. So you have to relate it. Okay, you cannot like simply straight away like state okay all this. Because why? Because okay, how you know okay the industry is young and old without okay study the industry? How you know okay the product life cycle is still new okay without study the industry? Okay, how you going to know okay it's a fragmented okay rather than concentrated? How you know okay this is something customers want have or maybe must have? Okay, so that's why okay you have to look on the industries first. Okay, so you have to look on the industry generally. So from the industries, okay, so you will be seeing okay the area that you want to focus, or whether the area that you want okay to avoid. Because like sometimes okay when you already understand the industry, so that's the thing okay you should avoid of, because maybe you don't have okay this expertise, okay you don't have this the skill okay to do. Okay, so you will have the segmentation. So when you have the segmentation or the area that you want to do, okay, so means that okay you already know okay identify the character or attractive okay industry. So you already know okay who's your market, you know what you're going to offer. So when you know what you're going to offer, so basically you already know what product okay or service it is. So of course from the product or service okay you have what you have okay um the the prospective okay market. Okay, so but again you don't you are you cannot be so happy yet, okay, even though you already have okay the target or prospective market, because prospective okay market okay is not your customers yet. So that's what we call it as prospective or potential. Okay, so these okay potential okay uh mostly okay either they will be buying or use your product, or they will buy or use okay competitors okay product. Okay, so in this case okay you have to take a look on the target okay market okay attractiveness. So how you going to position okay yourself, how you going okay to make okay yourself okay different okay in the marketplace. Okay, so this is how okay you understand okay you explain on the industry okay attractiveness. Okay, on the target market attractiveness, like I say, okay, when you already have the okay, the product, okay, of course you know okay who you're going to sell to. So in this case, okay, you have to look okay on the target market on its attractiveness. Okay, so how you going okay to make yourself okay so special. So therefore, okay, you have okay this what we call as positioning. So under the positioning, okay, so you can take a look, okay, this, okay, how to determine okay target market, okay, attractiveness, okay, whether it's a short term profit, long term, okay, profit, growth rate, okay, of the market, okay, size, okay, of the market, okay, value, okay, product, okay, to members, okay, cost of entries, okay, and perhaps okay on the political stability and the government, okay, support, okay, as well. So this is how you determine okay on the target market okay attractiveness. So of course okay at the same time okay you have to do the positioning, okay, or make okay yourself okay difference, okay, in order to make it so attractive. Okay, so from that okay you can determine okay all of these okay things. Okay, so like just now okay maybe on the industry attractiveness, okay, like I said just now, you can conduct on the industry analysis. So this is the primary okay, research. On the secondary research, like I said, on the internet, okay, or maybe on the library okay, research, okay, just now, okay, when we conduct okay the product okay demand okay just now, so you can always opt okay that information okay as well. All right. On the target market attractiveness consideration, okay, so you can take a look also whether okay you already improvement or something that already available in the market, or maybe okay you have okay like some okay new invention, okay, that you're going okay, to offer okay to the product. So when it comes to the improvement of the market, so maybe okay you need to look okay whether okay it's a good time okay to launch it, okay, somehow, okay, on the improvement, okay, whether okay the window of opportunity okay is open okay or closed. All right. So when it comes to the breakthrough, okay, whether you can set okay the standard okay from the industries, okay, whether you can opt okay the brand recognition, or whether okay you want to opt okay to become the first mover okay advantage, because maybe you can set okay some a good okay intellectual property okay for from your product okay or your service. All right. Okay, just wait a while. Okay, so the third component, okay, is the organizational feasibility analysis. So you are actually okay, assessing okay your startup okay or your companies. All right. So in your assignment, okay, you are assessing okay the chosen companies, okay, their whether okay what they can do, okay, somehow. So their capability, you have to take a look their capability, their prowess, and also okay the resources okay they have, okay, in order to determine okay your ideas okay or your suggestion okay can be done or not based on their strength. Right. So these are the two things okay that you need to look on the organizational feasibility, whereby okay you have to consider on the prowess and also the resource. All right. So we take a look on the prowess. So we are actually okay looking on the ability, the capability. All right. And then at the same time, okay, in order to have this ability and capability, okay, so of course, okay, it requires okay passions, okay, to do okay things, because maybe you remember when we learned in chapter one. Okay, so what makes okay entrepreneurs okay success in business? Okay, first of the characteristic, because they are very passionate. When they are very passionate, okay, they have the certain belief to influence people, and at the same time, when they are passionate, okay, so they are more focused, okay, in what they're doing. So when they are more focused in what they are doing, so eventually, okay, it will increase their understanding, okay, their skills, okay, their knowledge, okay. So can be translated okay with their ability, okay, and whatsoever skills okay they have. Okay, so that's why okay you have to look okay the thing that you want to do, you have to make sure okay you have okay passion. So if you don't have passion on it, on things that you're going to do, so it's very difficult. Okay, I don't say okay it cannot be done, it's very difficult okay for you okay to achieve okay that skill and ability, okay, somehow. All right. So management prowess, okay, or core competency, okay, is a key component, okay, for companies, okay, strength, and at the same time, okay, so this is nothing, okay, so because okay, I'm doing okay, recording alone, so I cannot like share, okay, tell it, okay, or make jokes, okay, so I just keep it. All right. So on the management, okay, so this is nothing. Okay, management prowess, okay, the passion, okay, already explained just now. On the resource sufficiency, we are talking about the resources, okay, that you have. We are talking about the non-financial resources. So usually, okay, non-financial resources, okay, maybe okay, you can list 6 to 12, okay, of most critical non-financial okay resources. But reality, um sometimes okay, you may not have okay, all these okay 6 up to 12 okay resources, so you have to look okay what are the resources that you have, okay, and you need to use these resources to obtain the competitive okay, advantage, and maybe you need to add on okay like the non others okay resources, okay, so that okay that you can compete okay in the marketplace, because like most of the companies or startup company, they have difficulty okay especially on the resources. Maybe they do not have a good location, okay, these are the limitation, okay, they need to uh tackle with, okay, or overcome, okay, somehow. Okay, so these are example okay of the resources, so whereby okay the location, affordable okay office, okay, and lab space, and of course okay the support okay from the government. So when you have okay a support okay from the government, okay, it's quite easy for you okay to run okay the business, because okay you are having a good connection okay when it comes to obtaining license, okay, and then like approval, okay, it become like efficient and smooth, okay, so your process flow okay become okay so fine, okay, so that's why okay you need to build okay rapport, okay, networking okay with the governments okay or officials. All right. And of course okay you have if you have okay labor pools, labor, okay, good qualities of labor, and of course okay the support okay from the suppliers and also customers, high quality employees okay to join okay the firms, and of course okay you can consider okay strategic partnership, okay, so for instance okay like Proton okay and Geely, so they are having okay strategic okay partnership. Okay, so that's why okay they can produce okay Proton can produce okay like X70, X50, okay, with a good technology. Okay, so it becomes okay the affordable okay SUV okay in the Malaysian okay market, okay, compared to others okay SUVs, okay, because I think like S50, S70 okay is among the cheapest one, and with a high spec, okay, for your information, okay. That is the resource okay that they have, because like Geely, okay, actually okay have okay good okay technology, because they also okay acquired Volvo. So some of the Volvo technology being applied to Proton at 70 and also at 70 as well. So the transfer of technology. So that's what we call as a resource sufficiency, all right, on the transfers of technologies by having strategic partnership. And of course, from the strategic partnership, sometimes they are willing to share knowledge, transfer of knowledge, skills and knowledge. And of course, possibility of obtaining intellectual property protection in certain key areas as well. So if you have if you creating or inventing something new, you can obtain the intellectual property that also becoming your resource. So this intellectual property we will discuss more further in one specific topic under the importance of intellectual property. All right. Right. So last but not least, we have financial feasibility analysis. So this is the final part of feasibility analysis, whereby you need to evaluate or assess whether the financial is accessible, is workable, is sufficient or not. Okay, whether the idea that you recommend, if you want to execute it, whether they have the resources in term of financial or not. Okay, whether they can do the comparison or not with others similar business or their competitors. Okay, whether the financial is attractive or not. So these are the things that you need to look at. How much money that you are required. So in this case, you have to do the budgeting. Okay, the budgeting, whether is sufficient or not to do the business, to do the business, to start the product or the service or not. Do the budgeting. And of course, uh from this financial feasibility analysis, you have to look also on the competitors or other similar business, whether uh their financial performance is fine or not. Because like sometimes if you see if they're not doing fine, you have to evaluate why they're not doing fine, even though the product or offering or the service is a good product or service, but why their financial performance is not fine. So you can do it in order to improve your business. So therefore it help you to know the overall financial attractiveness of your proposed ventures. All right, so I already like explain this, how much money that is actually required. Okay, and of course you have to do the comparisons. And for this one, you have to understand uh when we read textbook or notes, it's look like so easy reading like looking on the financial performance, unless if it is a public listed company. So it's quite easy to obtain this financial financial performance, like their income statement, balance sheet, cash flow and others financial statements, because it's a public listed company. It's meant to reveal it to the public. But how about like non-public listed company? So that's why you cannot like obtain all the information. What you can do is by maybe like by looking throughout the observation. So maybe you can do the observation like on the how many customers they have, by observing it. How many people coming into the shops, for instance. Let's say if you're doing online business through Lazada or Shopee, so you are selling the same items, like your competitors. So usually in Lazada or Shopee, right, they already like mention how much, how many the item already been bought from this particular seller. So from that you know already, these item already been bought, like maybe like 1,000 unit already, because in Lazada and Shopee they already like have this information. So of course you, when you ask the seller, they will not reveal it, but somehow you can get other this kind of information from others resources. So you have to understand in business, this thing we call it as trade secret, so they will not reveal. Otherwise it will give beneficial to others. So that's why you need to do some investigation ethically and legal. So from like Lazada or Shopee just now, it's already like show the numbers of people who buy the product. So you can estimate the selling price, okay, and also the number, so you can times, okay, already, and you can estimate, okay, the gross, okay, sales, okay, they have for particulars, okay, product, okay, that from the online. All right, so maybe, okay, the sellers, okay, have like 10 product, so from 10 product, okay, so you can look, okay, one by one, okay, I'm referring it to like Lazada or Shopee just now, right now, so let's say they have like 10 product, so you can take look one by one product, so product 1 until product 10, how many they selling, okay, and how much, okay, each, okay, they're selling. So from that, you can estimate, okay, their what, their gross sales. And of course, okay, how you know the, okay, the cost of goods sold, okay, because you are selling almost the same thing, you get, okay, from the suppliers, okay, so you can, okay, like know, okay, from like all this time product, okay, how much, okay, already the cost. So from that, okay, sales, okay, so from the price you get from the suppliers, okay, for instance, you get good quotation, you subtract it, okay, so from that, okay, you get, okay, like maybe like others, like the gross income, okay, the gross, okay, profit, okay, and right after that, okay, you can look, okay, how many, okay, employees they have, okay, where's the location, okay, they have. So from the location, okay, you can estimate, okay, how much the rental and so on. So from that, okay, you can roughly, okay, estimate, okay, their financial performance, even though, okay, you cannot get 100%, but still okay. Okay, please remember, okay, you are actually, okay, doing the estimations, okay. So whenever you do the business later on, okay, so from your estimation, from your forecast, if there's any variance, okay, or any different, okay, later on, okay, you can do the analysis, okay. Okay, maybe you overlook on this thing and particular thing, then maybe later on you can improve it, okay, later on, okay. But no worry, okay, if you cannot get, okay, the full, okay, information, because in business there's no way, okay, even though, okay, public listed company, you can't get, okay, everything, okay, about the company. Maybe the financial, yes, maybe others, the trade secret, the strategy, okay, is under the trade, okay, secret, okay. So the student asked me, okay, they cannot get this, yes, okay, no worry, okay, on that, okay, that's how, okay, people can do the business, trade secret, okay, so they will not, okay, reveal it, okay. So I hope, okay, you clear, okay, with this, okay. It doesn't mean that you have to get, okay, the real hands on, so you have to do another method, okay, to obtain, okay, that information, okay. Do it creatively, ethically, and legally. Last but not least, okay, overall financial, okay, attractiveness, okay, so the numbers, okay, of others financial factors, so means that, okay, so from the how much, okay, money that you want to start, okay, your business, and then the financial performance of similar business just now, so from that, okay, you can estimate, okay, projection, okay, you can do the projection, okay, for the financial, okay, statement. So from that, okay, you know, okay, how much, okay, the profit, okay, that you will obtain, okay, roughly, okay. And at the same time, okay, uh overall financial attractiveness not only meant, okay, for projecting, okay, profit, but at the same time, okay, whether you can estimate, okay, sales, okay, within 5 to 7 years, okay, whether, okay, you have high percentage on the recurring, okay, revenues, okay, and also, okay, you have, okay, the information, okay, to forecast income. So let's say, okay, if you really can't get, okay, the information at all, okay, so means that, okay, it's not, okay, feasible for you to do. All right, because why? Because you say, okay, you cannot get all, not, you cannot get any information. So what does it mean? So it means that, okay, your financial feasibility is not feasible, so you have to rethink and look back, okay, or maybe drop, okay, the ideas, because you cannot access it. So whenever, okay, you redo the business, okay, you have to consider something that is doable. Okay, so remember, feasibility analysis is a preliminary round. Okay, if the first round, okay, is something that you had to do, means that, okay, is is something that is not doable for you. Maybe for you not doable, but maybe for others, maybe yes. Okay, so you have to understand, okay, that not, it doesn't mean that if you cannot do, others cannot do. It means, okay, maybe you cannot do, others maybe they have others, okay, way, okay, to do it. All right, so you have to, okay, to understand, okay, on that. Okay, so if you cannot get the information at all, it's something that is not doable, so you have to leave it, okay, do something else. All right, or look for others, okay, business. Okay, and of course internally generated fund, okay, to finance to sustain, okay, growth, okay, how the budgeting and ability to exit, okay, from the companies. All right, so I think this one, okay, we already discussed in chapter 7, okay, on the exit opportunity under the founders, okay, agreement. So I think I don't need, okay, to explain this, okay, already. Okay, so we already done, okay, on the feasibility analysis, so whereby, okay, you have to ensure four components, okay, work fine, okay, otherwise, okay, you have to rethink, okay, the ideas, okay, or opportunity, or maybe, okay, if you can't do, okay, you have to drop, okay, the opportunity and idea, and look and try to identify others opportunity and also ideas, okay, as well. So the first screen, okay, is actually, okay, derived from all four components that you do, okay, just now, but they have like a template. Okay, but you can prepare, okay, your own, okay, template based on the 4K components. So you can take a look from the textbook, okay, from appendix, okay, 3.1. But if you want to prepare it on your own, okay, that's fine, because, okay, you just list down all the component, okay, of the feasibility analysis just now. From the product just now, we have desirability, so you have to list down, okay, the questions, okay, just now, and then the concept statement, all those things. Okay, so it's just like overall pictures, okay, and then for you to do the analysis. All right. Okay, so I think like that's it, okay, for today. Thank you, okay. Why thank you, okay, I'm talking a lot, why I'm thanking you, okay. So I think like so we end it, okay, today's, okay, discussions, okay, and hope, okay, these, okay, lectures, okay, recorded, okay, session, okay, will help you to understand, okay, feasibility analysis, okay, in detail. Okay, so maybe, okay, I end, okay, the session. Okay, good night, okay, and be safe. Okay, bye bye.